Okay, here we are, Harrisonville, Missouri. Our home airport. Already out on the runway. Take a quick look around. Looks like we're at the end of the runway. We've already done our turnaround here. This is on the southern end of the runway. We'll be taking off to the north. And let's get this thing underway. I plan on trying to find a couple neat little wildlife area with a couple little lakes out here in Cass County. See if I can find those lakes, do a little flyover, and make it back here to KLRY Airport. Just kind of looking at everything, making sure I got everything back up to par. Let's get the flaps down, get those brakes off. Just having a little fun while I had some time today. Actually, it's been hard to get down here a lot of days because we've had such beautiful weather and we'd like to be outside. But today is one of those days that I think the heat index here in the Kansas City area is going to reach 100 degrees. So I'm not too concerned with getting outside right now. Okay, we're going to head over to the west. Southwest. Let's get our heading bug adjusted right. Let's hit heading hold here. See if we can level ourselves out. And I'm going to chop back the throttle a little bit. I'm going to take a look. I just got through reprogramming our altitude hold, and I think I finally got it, by golly. I got it. I'm so happy with myself. The menus inside like Xplane 11 sometimes are confusing on the settings. But nonetheless, I got it done, and I love Xplane 11. It wasn't that costly, and it's a pretty good program. Running it all on Steam. And let's see where we're at. Probably should have paid attention to some of the scenery as we were taking off. But I think I see where we need to go. Let's turn autopilot off, because I think I'm seeing the body of the water already. I just forget how, when you're in the air, how quick you can get somewhere. There's a place out here called Aberugee Highlands, and there's another place called Bittner Bottoms. Now, they're owned or managed by the Missouri Wildlife, the Department of Nature and Conservation. Knew I could get that out somehow. We're on the show right now. Bart will be playing music. Gosh, let me take a look down and see what we've got. Yeah, we got the nav on. So it seemed to be trimmed out pretty good. Yeah, there is that has got to be the Aberugee Highlands. Now, Bittner Bottoms may be harder to find. It may be, well, I don't know how this program will show it. It's kind of hard to see from the air, I can imagine, because it's a smaller lake. It's really woodsy. You know, the history on that place, not this one, but that one, is it was a private duck hunting refuge. People had duck lines up there, and it's just kind of a shallow little area. But the duck hunting club, I guess, abandoned it. It was taken back over by the Missouri State Department of Conservation. There we go. There's Aberugee Highlands. I recognize it now. And we are heading to the south and west. Let's swing this thing around. There's just some cool roads that you can take on the Jeep back here. Now, I don't know if this will show up, but back here, in here is a road. That off the road is a bridge. It's an old wooden bridge. It used to be in existence down here. It would be, but they moved the road since then. And now that bridge actually sits on private property. But I went over there just to look at it one time because it's kind of interesting to see it. And the owner of the property came out. I thought he was going to be mad and in trouble. He said, no, he talked to me. He said, no, this is, a lot of people stop by here. He said, I just don't want you playing on it because I don't want anybody getting hurt. Now, Bittner Bottoms. We're going to follow this road. Okay, I see where that's going, and that's where it curves over. So we need to go back the other way. If we follow that road, it goes to my right. Well, let's just swing around the left. We'll find it. Let's get my bearings. I'm headed almost due west. We're going to head east. That road where it turned right actually leads over to some friends of mine's house. There is Aberugee Highlands again. We gotta find that main road. There's the main road right there. I think it's like 315th Street, they call it. Yep, there's where it curves. And again, this map may not have it on it. Oh! See that cluster of trees right there? No, that's not it. That's on the south. Let me look and see. Yeah, that would be on the south side of the road. Bittner Bottom's on the north side. And it may not be on these maps. I mean, they got quite a bit here on Xplane 11, but this is a very small little spot. But I used to like to go out here and take the Jeep, ride around all these roads, maybe up by this cluster of trees up here, but I used to like to go out on these roads, and Cheryl and I pack a picnic lunch. We go sit out there and enjoy nature. Not this cluster here, but the cluster of trees up there next is where I think it should be. If that's railroad tracks, can't tell. may not be showing up on the graphics. Kind of a shame. Let's go down over by Freeman, Missouri. There is a BP large gas storage tank. Okay, see, that was the road we're on. This is that main road that gets through there. We're headed north of it. Okay, I want to head west. And there's our it's funny, like I say, I've been up with guys in real planes, small aircraft. The pilot's got to have an eye for landmarks and stuff, because it's kind of hard to recognize things when you've been a ground dweller and you haven't been up in the air. Okay, we're headed west. What am I looking at down there? Well, the plane's kind of trimmed out really nice. Just gotta see what we look like on our trim wheel. Well, got a little bit of nose down. That's okay. Where's my RPM? I want to test something out here too. Yeah. And then this. That's interesting. Well, I did find I thought it'd be a little bit longer flight than that, but we should figure, I don't know, what's our airspeed? 120 knots. I guess when you used to drive around 40, 50 miles an hour, it's a lot different than 120 knots. We got over right here. Okay, I think that's the road I want to follow here. Let's bring this thing around. This road should take us down to Freeman, Missouri. Heading north. Well, that's one way I can tell. I can tell by where the airport is. That's right. And that Freeman, Missouri is almost due west of the airport. And you can see right there, here we are, and here's the airport. And this is about where Freeman, Missouri be. So I am... Now, I don't know on Xplane 11 if they got the good graphics of it or not, or if that... they're big gasoline tanks, big storage tanks. Every time I drive by it, I cringe, I think. Of course, they're way away from everything. They're out on a road out in the, pretty much the middle of nowhere, just outside of Freeman, Missouri, but I always think, man, if those things ever got lit up. Be terrible. Well, for not using any navigation or autopilot right now, things flying pretty good here on its own. Okay, let me think about it. If we come across two, we will be just a little north of the airport, actually. The airport's on the south end of Harrisonville, and this road that I'm wanting to find takes you right into the center of Harrisonville, which I think it should be the next major east-west. Let's get our bug set up to go back to the east this time. I think just click the heading hold. Okay, let's see what we got ahead of us. I do know, I remember, now I set this up on a different computer, moved it here to the other side of the office, and it seems to me there was something that I had to add to Xplane 11 to give you more detail. What is it? This may be a Lincoln Net on our left. Let's take a look. And I have not installed that on here. Yes, this is Lincoln Net. Only thing it could be at this location. Yep, that looks like about the size of what Lincoln Net would look like and the geographics of it. Yep, this road here, it absolutely has to be Lincoln Net. Now let's take a look ahead. Heading. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think I've got to get those add-ons added to Xplane 11. I'll have to either read up on that or get with the old off-grid arcade. Old Bart, he is the one that turned me on to Xplane 11. Told me about that before. I'll have to see if I can get him to jog my memory. Let's see. Let's do a heading hold here to the east. Let's get an altitude hold. I love it when it's working. Okay, we found the Aberugee Highlands, which is a wildlife refuge run by the Missouri Department of Conservation. I was trying to say that earlier. And we also found Lake Annette, which is a privately owned lake, which again you didn't see the graphics because I don't have those loaded up in here, but that's usually houses. That's a private lake with homes around it. And we could not find Bettner Bottoms, which is also run by the Missouri Department of Conservation. And used to be a private duck hunting area. I do want to play with getting more proficient with my autopilot and getting the GPS hooked up. Since I've got the Stream Deck now, I've got a lot more spots I can fill up with stuff, so to speak. We're going to do a little bit of a heading hold here, point ourselves right at Lawrence Smith Memorial Airport. See what we're looking like here. KLR1. Weather report's out there. Disconnect the autopilot. And there we are, right over the airport. How sweet is that? And I find that when I approach this thing, my nav is off, right? Yep. I like to kind of swing wide. Drop those RPMs. Because every time I do this, I always overshoot. know, it's giving me that warning. It'll give it to me again here. Should just not pay attention to it. There it is. There's our runway. Usually I overshoot it the other way. I head too far east. Okay, then give ourselves a little bit of lift. Lose that airspeed. There's more laps in here. Wings out. I got bounced it. I don't know. Maybe I did. I have some fun and go around again. Let's do it. Look at the windsock down there. We did approach properly. Get those flaps back up. There's our airport. A little high. Seems like I am anyway, maybe not. I like to really peg this thing. Well, I'm really well, I think I may have nailed that one. I was coming in a little, like crabbing in a little bit, but I think it was a nice set down. We'll take a look at the playback here. One thing I do love about this is the ability to do the playback. Let's get it up here and let's park this thing. There's my car over there. back up. Let's get the brakes on here. There we go. And let's shut this thing down. Come down here. I don't have a button set up for that yet. Okay. There we are. Now, let's go back to replay mode. And let's take a look at where we're at here. And go ahead and hit play. And we're going to take a look from outside the aircraft. I like to watch the gear. I like to see if I can flare, I think they call it, where you get that front. Okay, I sat down kind of hard, but the main did hit first. And I don't think I saw a bounce there, but it hit pretty hard. Okay, this is where I'm going around. Have to get it back. What's that right there? Oh, no, I don't think I hit as hard there, and you can see that back main gear landed, and then the nose came down. I'd say that one was even better yet. So I'm happy with that. Very, very cool. Okay. Let's come back out here and just take a look at our aircraft. I don't know why my zoom buttons are acting kind of crazy on me, but wait, there I am. November 172 Sierra Papa. Thanks for watching, everybody. G.Parkers Arcade Room. It's a little more fun with Xplane 11. Take care now. See you next time.